Nationwide is on your side. Well, thank you. I don't like your hat. It's a commercial with Peyton Manning and Brad
I know
Paisley.
Peyton's the fucking spokesperson, but I don't know anything about a hat.
They're arguing. He's like, you lead the jingle to me. It's like, I don't like your hat.
Who was singing the jingle?
She's like, it wouldn't fit you anyway. Big ass head. Manning head.
He does have a big forehead, for sure. There's no doubt about that.
Are we doing it now?
Yeah, we're rolling.
All right. It's raining outside. It was earlier. It looks like the sun's peeking out, but it was rainy today.
I thought we might see a little bit of snow, but
I don't know. I think we're too warm for that.
Yeah, we're still.
Everybody else is getting some bad weather.
Still in tropics. Yeah, I hear it's pretty bad in other places around the country.
Nor'easter, they say, dude.
It's a nor'easter.
Nor'easter.
Oh shit! All right.
It's a new year, 2024.
We already did all that.
I know, but this is
We're going to do it again.
This is like the first show that we actually recorded in the new year.
True, very true.
Things just feel new.
How you feeling?
I'm feeling a little better. I'm not as sick.
Good.
I'd hate to still be sick. Gosh, 3 weeks of sickness.
I mean, I'd be nervous. I would be worried if you came in and said that you were still not feeling good.
I'm just not getting any better, dude.
That would
just getting worse
me.
And worse. I need to go to the hospital.
So,
I watched the Equalizer movies this week.
Yeah, she texted me and told me you were watching.
Yeah, Denzel doing some action, dude.
I get was that an influence over what I had said last week about the random watching of an old action guy?
Well,
because you said you were on Liam.
Yeah.
And I made it, and it happened during a conversation we were having together, so you may not have heard me, but I was like, let's just go watch Denzel Washington do a random action movie.
Sure, might have been subconscious in there, dude.
My subliminal power
I saw Netflix had number 3, and I was like, I've never seen 1 and 2. And I found that they were on other streaming services that I had.
The
Equalizer.
Equalizer, right. Okay, and this is the one where he uses a power drill. That's like his sidearm is a fucking power drill.
In one of the movies, he's got a nail gun and a drill that he uses to kill some people.
Yeah.
It's like fighting them in a store, like a Lowe's.
What is it?
Hardware
I have
store.
never seen. Look, here's the thing.
He's like a retired CIA agent.
Okay, all right.
Apparently, his death was fake, so everybody just thinks he's dead.
Okay, all right. That's
and then he just happens upon badness and has to to fix things.
Right. I got that part, but I didn't know it was a backstory. These Liam Neeson, Denzel Washington, I mean, they're cheap action hits.
Dude,
we've had them throughout decades and generations.
I think they were directed by Fuqua, though, Antoine Fuqua with Denzel.
Well, I mean, he's a fucking action director. It's not like he's a fucking Academy Award-winning director. He's a good action movie director.
Man on Fire.
Yeah, he did do Man on Fire.
Wes will tell you he's good.
Wes update, I guess, next week.
Uh-oh.
No, week after next. Well, this week as we record, as we drop, he should be here next week.
Pending. I noticed his backyard's got more stuff in it.
Yeah, and he's trying to get down here, so hopefully we'll get Wes on. And
we're doing some remodeling at our house too. What
are y'all doing?
We're getting a new kitchen kind of put in. Got a new dishwasher already put in. We're waiting on the compactor and the oven, and they brought the fridge, but apparently it had a dent in it. So.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we didn't no. Bring us a different one.
Yeah, you can't take shit with dents in it.
Yeah,
what the fuck?
why would they?
How do you get a dent in a goddamn fridge? Have you seen how those things are packed?
I don't know, man.
Like somebody must have fucking hit it head on with a forklift.
My dad was flipping out though.
Hit it head on with a forklift.
My dad was flipping out though because when they were like, "Yeah, we're coming with it, but we don't uninstall the other stuff, so we can't take that stuff if it's installed." So he's like, "What?
Are you shitting me?"
You tell me
all
this
the appliances.
Now?
Oh my god!
Yeah, dude, I heard he cussed pretty good. I hadn't heard him cuss like that in a while.
You see, Dr. Lewis?
Well, he said I lost my temper.
No, you didn't. It was bullshit. And you know it. Just say it, Dr. Lewis. You're retired now. You don't care. Happy birthday to Sammy Z. He turned 14 on the 30th of December.
Happy birthday.
One of the gifts I got him was Mortal Kombat 1.
Oh, yeah, that new one? I was watching some mods of people playing that with crazy mods. Dude, they had Shrek fighting people.
I don't again, when you do mods and shit, that's people that are playing those games on PC usually.
Yeah, or whatever. Whatever hackery they use.
Yeah, whatever fucking... I mean, we had our weird shit we
I
did
saw
when we were
somebody
kids.
had the Lego succulents downstairs. The little plants.
Yeah, Brooklyn got that for Christmas, which I think are really cool.
Yeah, I like the
I
Lego
thought they'd
plants.
be bigger. Like I thought when I'd seen
The picture,
in
yeah.
pictures and stuff, I thought they'd be a little bigger, but they're pretty. They're really cool. They're Legos that look like flowers. For those of you that don't know.
Succulents.
Succulents, sorry. Flowers.
You've heard of that term before, right?
Yes,
You know,
but
okay.
they're still flowers, right?
Kind of, I
Plants?
guess. Plants. They're definitely plants.
Okay, photosynthesis? I don't fucking
Cell
know.
walls, yep.
Yeah. Cytoplasm.
Mitochondria, dude.
Damn it.
The power.
Cell wall.
I
Always
said
get cell
that.
wall.
I said that already.
You did?
That's what a plant has that an animal cell doesn't have, besides the chlorophyll, usually.
God.
Science class, guys.
You get Bill Nye on this motherfucker.
Pay attention.
So I played through the story of Mortal Kombat 1.
Oh, yeah? The whole thing, huh?
The whole thing, yeah. I love the Mortal Kombat games because here's the thing about the Mortal Kombat games. They had to evolve from being a simple fighting game to now they're like the cinematic experience where there's like a movie.
Sure, yeah. It's crazy.
And you're like fighting within the movie. It's
big budget.
Yeah, it's crazy. And it's a great story. It's a story we all...
And it
if
makes
you're our
makes
age-
you switch characters automatically, doesn't it?
Yes, you don't have a choice, right?
Yeah.
Which is fine because I want to play all the characters,
Yeah,
right?
it's a good. I mean, some people would rather. I think they have arcade mode where you can.
They
be just
do. They
one
have
guy.
all that, right? Arcade. They got towers, all that shit, that you normally have. But I love playing the story. And I know that even there's some people that have even taken the story and like put it together in a fucking YouTube video.
Dude,
it's like
I
hour
told,
and a half
yeah,
long.
I told you. I've watched like some of the.
You did watch? Okay.
Not the Mortal Kombat ones, but the DC ones, the Injustice movies.
Okay, yeah. The Injustice ones, yeah. Which
From
is
the
crazy.
games, from the
Yeah,
games,
right. I know they have the animated, but yeah.
Which I think was made by the same people.
Probably. I mean, it looked very similar to
I
the
think
game.
NetherRealm or whatever's their name,
Yeah.
maybe.
Yep. But anyway, so
I
yeah.
started playing Spider-Man Remastered. That's a good one.
Are you talking about the first one that came out for the new consoles?
I
or-
guess so, but it's on PC now and it's called Remastered.
Okay.
There's that one and the Miles Morales one. They don't have number 2 out on PC yet, but I mean, it's fun. I mean, I'm just late to the party, but it's a cool game.
I mean, it's one of those games.
I was having trouble web swinging though, dude. I'm just slamming into
takes a little practice.
slamming into buildings,
Well, the good
just
thing is
going
you
the
don't
wrong
slam
way.
into the practice in the buildings.
Well,
You
it doesn't hurt you, but it still makes you feel like an idiot. You're like, oh, people are just watching me on the street. Like, what is Spider-Man
I mean,
doing?
I think that's part of the experience, though, right?
You got to learn how to do it, I guess.
Yeah, you got to learn how to web swing. I'm pretty good at web swinging at this point. Okay, what else did I play? I downloaded some game on Game Pass yesterday. This would be Friday the 9th or 5th. And it's like a World War II game.
Call of Duty.
Hellfire or some
I don't
shit
know.
like that. Hell on.
Is it a first-person shooter? Or what kind of game
First person
is
shooter. Again, I don't think I have to say it anymore, but I play games for their campaigns. And it was one of those games that's only multiplayer.
Mm-hmm.
It looked fun, a little complicated in terms of how you start, and because you start with like a battalion and you start with like a person. It's definitely World War II. I mean, you're definitely dressed like a World War II soldier.
Did you storm the beaches?
There's different scenarios. Again, I just downloaded it yesterday, so I only got to do a couple. One of them was like a battlefield with like old buildings, look maybe like Stalingrad, maybe like somewhere in Russia. And the other one was in a jungle somewhere. I did not take the beaches of Normandy. No, there was not a board that was available.
It's always a good level.
So yeah, I love the beaches of Normandy. What else happened? I did a lot of shit this week. I bought James Cameron's 4K films, The Abyss, True Lies, and Aliens.
Never seen Abyss.
We're re-released it. It's a great movie. Me and Kush watched it, loved it. I forget how good that fucking movie is. Great movie if you haven't seen it.
Is it the one that they didn't have in 4K for a while?
Yeah.
Or is that Cocoon? Maybe Cocoon's
I don't
one,
know,
too.
but I actually had never seen Abyss for sale at all.
Maybe it's that one
So
then.
maybe it was one of those
Could have been
things.
the Abyss.
Or True Lies, for that matter. True Lies is the Arnold Schwarzenegger spy film.
Yep.
I mean, we know. But
Jamie
maybe
Lee
the kids
Curtis.
don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Eliza Dushku.
Classic. They're turning it into a television show, right?
I think it already ended and got canceled.
It just happened so quick in Hollywood. I can't even keep up. And then
they're
Aliens.
still doing that
I've seen
Mr. and
Aliens.
Mrs. Smith show with Donald.
Really?
Yeah, that one's not out yet.
Okay, well.
That one hasn't been canceled yet.
Jesus Christ. The movie wasn't that good. Anyway.
My brother said I need to watch Reacher. Trevor said Reacher's good.
Really?
I might have to watch that.
Trevor's sophisticated. I'll have to take that in mind. Okay.
AK and Josh like the new cameras.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Sweet. Good. I like it. Again, last week I can say, knock on fucking wood, that it was the first time that everything worked. No clips. It was one big clip. I was able to edit it quickly. I had it done by Saturday night.
That's cool.
Which is great because it was New Year's Eve.
Getting better.
Yeah, well, I mean, once again, people, if you'd like to donate to the show so that we can get better equipment to make it easier on Zip. If you want to make it easier on Zip.
It's not a problem with the talent. It's a problem with the technology.
It's not like we are going to get the money, right? It's just so I don't have to be as frustrated on
Nuh-uh, dude. It's so I can live my life of luxury and all you plebes can suck on my toes.
Oh, suck on my toes.
I'm wearing my nice Hulk socks. They had some purple on them.
You wore Hulk socks last week.
No, they were Iron Man.
Oh, okay. My bad.
I'm going down the order. I got one. Well, I mean, I wear them for a few days, I'm afraid.
Fucking big filthy.
Have you ever worn a sock for so long that it actually keeps the shape of your foot when you take it off?
Christian, goddamn, bro. The only time that's happened to me is like football practice, or it's like when I'm like doing something really sweaty or dirty.
Isn't it impressive though? You're like, wow.
I mean,
what a crusty
molecules
sock.
reforming are amazing. I won't deny that.
The reformation. We're getting back to science, dude. Molecules over here.
You know what the problem is? I bought Phenomenon with John Travolta. Shut up. Fuck you. I liked it.
That's not the one where he's the angel, is it?
No, that's Michael.
Okay.
Yeah, no, I didn't buy that one. That would have been reason to be concerned. No, I didn't get Michael. No, that was fucking stupid. Jeez. I hated that fucking movie. No, Phenomenon's the one where he like...
He can see the future or something? Or he's just real smart. He gets electrocuted and gets brain powers. I don't remember.
You've got to get a job writing the fucking synopsis of movies. I mean, it's the greatest thing ever. None of that happens. But
there's got to be some kind of phenomenon.
God, that was funny. Oh, no. So he sees this light in the sky.
Lightning?
It's not lightning. By definition, it's not lightning.
Okay, all right. The mysterious.
It's like, I can't even...
Aliens.
We think it's you think it's aliens at first.
Okay.
And it develops his brain, and he does get some telekinetic
there we go,
power.
Some brain powers, yeah. I got a few
brain
things
powers.
in there.
I mean, that's I guess true.
That's a wide Family Feud category.
I mean, that's wide. Yeah, we'd have to have some judges review that one. But it's see, the problem with that movie is.
I don't think I remember. I don't think I like the ending. Like I feel
well,
like
because
it
turns out he has a brain tumor, and that's why everything's happening. So the last 30 minutes of the movie are pretty much him dying and saying goodbye to everybody. So that's why, But I told Kush that, and Kush had seen it before, and I'm like, yeah, I always watch it right up to the point where they find out it's cancer. Then I turn it off because God, who wants to be depressed for,
No, we want like the mystery of the powers. Don't be
right.
Don't be like, oh yeah.
No, it's just cancer.
You're dying.
It's just cancer. You're dead.
You're dead.
So yeah, I bought
it was
that
all
one.
A dream.
What else did I buy? Complete He-Man and the Masters of the Universe 1982 series. Bought it.
I told you we played that game and it was fun.
You did.
Yeah, we had an
argument over it.
Yeah, I remember.
Because you were Madman.
Because you were asking about, like, well, can you be this character?
Because you were Madman.
Can you be...
Looks like Madman's going to come back again this week, folks.
Can you be this character? What if these two characters want to be on the same team?
I just wanted to know if He-Man fought Skeletor.
They, of course, or they can team up. It doesn't matter.
That makes no sense.
Well, I know, but I'm just saying. If some people want to not make sense, they can do that.
And that was what I was saying.
You're trying to say my games have no rules. We just play pretend games and make up rules as we go. Like we play Calvin ball games. I win, you lose.
That's not what I was saying at all. Oh, shit.
Should we get on with the show?
Did you watch it? Well, did you watch any of the Monarch?
No. I haven't. I don't have
I know they're I guess they're done.
I don't have the Apple Plus yet.
Oh, yeah.
I was waiting for it to get done so I could sign up and binge them all.
Yeah. I probably will binge them all, yeah.
I did start watching that crazy show. I don't really want to talk about it, but The Amazing Grace of Natalia Grace. The Ukrainian dwarf who got adopted by this family that then lied and said she was 22 years old and had her re-aged, and they abandoned her at an apartment and stuff. And
What
then
the fuck
and
are
then
you talking about?
And then they found out that she was really the right age. She was a kid, but they said she was like 8 years old in real life, but they said she was like 22 and had her living in her own apartment when she's like 10 years old.
How would you confuse that?
Because it's like the movie Orphan. They thought she was like
Okay.
They had pictures of. They said she had a full bush, a full pubic bush, when they first saw her that night. There's a whole, I might want to post a video on our YouTube channel of me calling bullshit on it, because these people just lie. These parents just lie about everything, dude. And they're like, we got her back, and I hear the scream from the bathroom, and I go in and see my wife, and I'm looking around, and she's like, look down. And I look down, and I see full pubic hair.
Is this like a reality
It's a
show?
documentary. The first season.
This really happened?
Yeah, and it's like being filmed like of August of last year, dude. It's still going on. This second season actually has the girl, Natalia Grace, actually talking now.
What's the name of it?
The Amazing Case of Natalia Grace. It's on HBO Max. I mean, it's wild. I was telling.
That's some crazy shit,
I was saying it makes Tiger King look sane, dude.
I was going to say, it makes Tiger King look like fucking...
Walk in the park, man. This is... They're lying about her age, and the dad was like, at one point, dude, he's like, let me demonstrate how the mom beat her. And he crawls on the floor and starts going, and then he's like, oh, I hurt myself. The guy is outrageous, dude. I mean, he seems like such a weird dad, and they keep saying that the mom is the real villain now.
Wow.
Yeah, it's a mind one.
I don't blame you for not wanting to talk. You have to devote a couple shows to that, it sounds like.
Dude, I'm getting ready to finish the second season. It's got 3.
I might have to look into this.
You need to watch. Everybody needs to watch.
I thought this was a fucking
made up show. No, it's all real.
You are very passionate about it, too.
Well, I mean, it's crazy that they did this.
It is crazy.
That poor girl.
Yeah, that's fucking... Well, just
she's
another reminder of the horrors.
She's
of
crazy
this
now, too, probably, but it's probably their fault for abandoning her and making her feel unwanted. They would lie and say, like, yes, she came to us with a knife and said she wants to kill the family.
Dude, there's a lot of fucked up shit going on this fucking ball that we're living on.
Well, yeah, jeez. But I don't need to watch a documentary about all of it.
True.
Especially,
true.
It's just like that horror movie Orphan, dude. It's crazy.
It's what it sounds like, honestly. It's like,
but it's not
really happened.
The girl was never like an old person pretending to be a young person. She
Yeah.
was always a young person, and
Yeah.
the parents made her lie.
Right. Let's do our RIPs first.
Yes.
We had a actor and musician that passed away, David Soul. You know him from television's amazing sitcom Starsky and Hutch.
I called him the original Soul Man, but he was not in that movie.
No, he was not, and no,
Just not to confuse.
Don't
anybody.
think he ever did anything where he was a soul man.
We did Soul Man in high school.
We did, yes, we did. You're throwing me off real bad.
We
today.
were a Soul Man.
He was 80 years old again, starred in the show Starsky and Hutch. I know him from Magnum Force, which was the Dirty Harry movie.
Salem's Lot.
He was in Salem's Lot. He was the uncle, I think, right?
He was a singer too.
Yeah, he was a musician. Had a #1 single, "Don't Give Up on Us," I don't remember that one.
Don't give up on us, baby.
Is that what it is?
Maybe.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm like, okay, he knows what it is. Anyway,
I should have listened to it. Dang it.
My mother loves Starsky and Hutch.
Should have done better
My
research.
grandmother watched the shit out of it too. So.
I like the other movie with Ben.
I didn't see that.
Ben Stiller.
Is
and
that pretty good?
Owen Wilson. Never saw.
Yeah,
it.
Buddy Conner.
I know Brandon likes it when I forget when Ben Stiller's in character going like no or something.
Oh yeah, do it.
Do it. That's what it was.
Do it. Do it. I do remember that now. How'd you say that? I do remember that. This is fucking terrible. If you saw the movie Speed Racer back in, what was that, 2008?
With Emil Hirsch.
Yeah. With the
and it was the Wachowskis.
Yeah, the Wachowski brothers directed it. The actor who
kind of
played,
a bomb, but yeah.
Yeah.
Snake Oilers actor Christian something died in a plane crash with his 2 young daughters. It's terrible.
Christian Oliver, yeah, it was a plane crash, which is just fucking, kind of crazy.
Well, it was in the Caribbean, too. It's like private plane. It's like maybe...
I think they were shot down or something, or...
No, I'm saying maybe you should have not be so rich.
Is that the problem? He's too rich?
Oh, that's just mean.
That is mean.
I know. But I'm not out there flying in my private planes risking death like that.
No, you're not. You're right.
It's like Kobe and his helicopter death. What are you thinking? And the submersible.
Yeah.
Did you see Dave Chappelle's comedy special?
No, my brother watched it. I didn't see it yet.
It wasn't as funny as it should have been.
He said that too. He said it was a little political.
He's just punching down on trans people and disabled people.
That's what he said. He said it was pretty much just a fucking attack on disabled people.
But there was a few funny parts. He talked about that submersible. He's like, I'm going to wait 20 years and I'm going to go take a submersible to see the submersible. Hopefully they got the technology figured out by then or something.
I would hope at this point. Anyway, sorry, our screen crashed, so we had to kind of kill time. But Christian Oliver was his name, and they...
it's not even his real name.
It's not?
No, in the it says his name is like Christian Anderson or something.
Oh, okay.
Christian Klepser.
Klepser. He was 51 years old.
Had to change it. Had to hide the Klepser. We see you, Oliver. I mean, we see you dead. Jeez. Sorry, R.I.P.
All our best to his family and fans.
They're not listening.
You're fucking on fire this week, bro.
Dude, they're too rich to listen to this.
That's what we need to do. We need to get the rich. We need to recruit the rich to our GeekZip cause.
We need to get those Abu Dhabi people, dude. Those rich billionaires. That we'll get some of that foreign oil money.
Just throw money at shit. Yeah. Yeah. Our next RIP, Glynis Johns. You may remember her for playing the mom in Mary Poppins. Remember her?
The one that was out of the house and they had to hire a nanny because this lady wanted to be a suffragette.
Yep. Exactly. She lived to be 100. I remember
she was
her,
like, I choose work over family. She said, I don't want to raise my own kids. I'm a proud woman. I'm a liberal feminist.
That happened a lot in those days. I think like Grandpa Joe from Willy Wonka.
Oh, yeah. And he was like, I'm just going to sit in a bed.
Yeah, like the adults just didn't want to fucking do anything back then, and the kids had to do it all.
Just sitting around waiting for a golden ticket and Mary Poppins to drop in.
I know Phyllis Johns from a role that she played in the Batman 66 series.
You probably know her from that one she was in too, The Ref. It said she was.
Was she in that?
It said so. Yeah, with Dennis Leary.
I love The Ref. The Ref's great.
I think she was Kevin Spacey's mom.
That makes sense. Yeah, because she was very proper. God, The Ref is a funny movie, and they are so young in that movie too. All of them. Dennis Leary and fucking Kevin Spacey, they're all so young. Who's the daughter or the son?
I don't know.
Isn't he somebody famous now? I don't know. Anyway. All our best to Miss John. Anyway, it was when Batman and Robin went to England.
Oh yeah.
To solve a crime. She played like
Queen.
Her name was like Penelope Pea Soup or some shit like that,
Ooh.
but she was one of the villains on the Batman show. So that's how I know her.
Mrs. P. Soup.
Something like that.
Penelope.
Finally, the Warhammer games, which everybody's heard of.
Miniature money
Yeah.
sink.
The
Money
co-creator of Warhammer, Brian Ansell, has passed away at 68.
There's a good picture of him when he was young, too, right there.
Yeah. Oh, his mullet is on point.
And he's got his avenging army,
Yes.
his chaos army.
His Chaos Army in front of him. He co-created Warhammer along with Richard Hallowell and Rick Priestley. And just a big, loss in the world of gaming, period. I know it's a board game, but still. Warhammer
it's
has
more than
grown.
that. Yeah.
I mean, I'm sad. Well, it's getting ready. Warhammer is crazy now. It's like D&D now. I mean, it's you go into some of those model stores, and they have entire sections devoted to Warhammer and miniatures and stuff like that. So, thank you, Brian, for the awesome game. You look like you'd be fun to fucking play games with. I'll tell you that. And all our best to his family and his fans.
It looks like he's from the Cobra Kai dojo, dude.
I mean, he looks great. All right. So here's what we're going to talk about with this. Moving over to our news.
This was a big news story for Zip this week. He could not believe it.
Well, number one, I think comedy does fall in our radar a little bit. We talk about comedians.
Sure. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with talking about it.
No. It was just
You were just like, oh my gosh, he is just blowing the door.
I don't think I had a unique reaction to what happened.
No.
I mean, everybody is like, holy shit. We're talking about Katt Williams. If you don't know, Katt Williams is a legendary comedian. Been on stage for fucking decades now. You probably know him best as Money Mike from Friday After Next, the Christmas Friday. He was the pimp, right? And I will say what I knew before about Katt Williams. I'll be honest, I'm not a super fan of his. I think he's funny, but I'm not I don't follow him.
No, I just watch the stand-ups.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, which are fucking hilarious, and he was great in Friday After Next. But he had kind of developed this reputation around Hollywood for, not really going with the program, if you will. Anyway, so he goes on.
You mean like he's hard to work with, or he just wants to do his own thing?
He doesn't play along with the Hollywood games, I guess is the best way to say it. Like he doesn't play ball. It is what I've heard his reputation is around Hollywood.
Whew, it's sweet.
Too sweet?
It's at the bottom, so.
Oh yeah. Do I have any more?
Too
Nope.
sweet.
Fuck. So he goes on Shannon Sharp's podcast. Shannon Sharp, the Broncos football player.
Shay.
Club Shay. And he fucking goes off. I mean, savagely.
They were calling it a pipe bomb. Like CM Punk.
I would relate it to a pipe bomb. I mean, he went off on Steve Harvey, Cedric the Entertainer, Kevin Hart, said something about Chris Tucker, said something about what's his name? You said his name.
Ricky Smiley.
Faison Love, who played Big Worm in the first Friday, which I'm a fan of those movies, so that's probably another reason why I included this. Just went nuts on them and different stuff for different things. Not necessarily, fuck them, fuck him, but excuse me, it was one of those things. It was like opening up the floodgates. You could tell he'd been waiting.
Well, I guess it sounded like Cedric and Ricky had been on the same show and had said some things that Katt didn't agree with. So one of his things was to come out and
they
correct
had come
the
on
record.
Shannon's show, right, and said a bunch of shit because see, Katt had accused Cedric Entertainer of joke stealing, but years ago, back before 2000, I think that was a big story. And it kind of, things fall by the wayside and time passes and you don't really hear about it. Well, then Cedric was on Shannon's show and claimed that Katt's argument couldn't be accurate because, quote unquote, the timelines didn't match up.
Didn't line up.
And so Katt felt that, which I hear this is the kind of guy he is. If you call him out, he's going to fucking come and call you back. He doesn't fucking back down. So he just fucking went off on all those comedians from that particular era when they were coming up. He mentioned Mark Curry, for those of you that might be me and Christian's age, hanging with Mr. Cooper.
Yeah, who knew? I didn't know he was a comedian.
Yeah,
I thought he was a TV guy.
Are you serious?
Yeah, dude. I'm sorry. I'm not familiar with all the comedians there are out there.
Well, don't be bitter.
Well, you're like, are you serious? Come on, dude. You should know that. I don't know that.
I mean, I thought it was pretty common knowledge. I'm sorry.
I just thought he was an actor. I've never seen a stand-up set.
I never saw Mark's stand-up show either, but I saw the show. And, Katt's claims are that, Steve Harvey basically stole Mark Curry's idea for the Steve Harvey show.
Yeah, he had good words about Mark Curry and Bernie Mac.
Yeah, Mark Curry, Bernie Mac, and apparently he's cool with Dave Chappelle. Kevin Hart and any other black comedian you could think of, no, I don't think he mentioned anyone else in a positive light. Now, I want to say this about Katt that I've heard over the years. Now, I'm not a fan of his, but I hear stuff. My brother is. And this guy gives a lot of money away to help people, to help, and not just his people. He gives a lot of money to charities, to causes. He gives money to other comedians coming up. So I think there is more to him than just being an entertainer. I think he's doing this with the best of intentions. And it was just crazy. I just thought it was crazy. And I thought it was kind of funny, too.
He said Cedric can't sing, can't dance, can't
He did
tell
impressions
jokes.
of Cedric the Entertainer. He did an impression of Steve Harvey where he almost said the name of our show that one time, Obi Doby Doby. He went, okie dokie dokie. He did something similar.
Okie dokie.
I fucking lost it because I was like, yes, that's what we were saying, Obi Doby Doby.
Katt gets it.
Katt knows. A savage shit, man, about, why they're not movie stars and their physical looks and all kinds of shit. He went nuts. So we're, this is now Saturday the 6th that we're recording. This show won't drop till the 9th. So there have been some responses from comedians. I'm not going to go into all those, but you can check out YouTube. We were actually watching a couple of them before the show started just to kind of get an idea of what these people were thinking.
What was up to date?
Oh, oops.
What happened?
Nothing. I opened an app I didn't mean to.
He's opening apps over here. There's an app for that.
There we go.
Close that app.
So Disney did not have a very good 2023. We know that. Yeah. However, the big news was...
I didn't realize they had been the number one grossest...
Since 2015.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Well, when you think about it...
Yeah.
I mean, they Star Wars and Marvel... Yeah. That alone will get it for you. Well, they lost the top grossing box office spot for the first time since 2015 to Universal Studios.
I thought it was interesting that Universal had like 7 more movies, though. Not like that matters too much.
Yeah, I thought the same thing. I'm like, I wonder how much that comes into play.
But it really, I mean, not compared to the bombs Disney was putting out.
No.
Maybe if one of those 7 had been a success. But by all accords, it probably would have been another bomb from Disney. Didn't he bomb it?
Of course, and then you had Oppenheimer was a Universal film. Super Mario Brothers was a Universal film. So it's just a matter of
Disney
had a shitty year.
Putting out the bad.
They made some major investments on properties that were almost guaranteed moneymakers, and the bubble burst.
And they weren't, though. Like Indiana... Jonesy.
Yeah. Same thing. I mean, Paramount You buy that shit from Paramount, and you plan to make more movies with Harrison Ford for some fucking reason.
Ant-Man wasn't as big as they hoped.
Nope, Ant-Man. Quantumania, the Marvels. My God, what a fucking train wreck. Even the Star Wars sequel trilogy, 7 through 9, didn't do what they were thinking.
They said the Little Mermaid didn't either.
Well, I didn't
think
that
cost a lot.
First of all, I don't think our generation is old enough yet to accept a live-action Disney movie, any of them that they've made.
I haven't watched any of them.
Exactly, because it'd be weird. Because it just wouldn't feel right. Because these are talking fucking animals, and then you try to put that in reality. Give me a fucking break. Of course, it's going to suck.
I didn't think about that as being an issue, but
talking fucking bear. I mean, what are you going to do?
I like how you're like, well, I can accept it if it's a cartoon, but if it's real life now,
well, of course. That's not the way it works, Christian.
I guess not. Cartoons, you're allowed to talk.
Oh God,
they don't talk in real life.
And Universal has Fast and Furious. They had Five Nights at Freddy's. They had Mithrigan. Universal had a better year. Disney will bounce back. They always do. I have no doubt. Like, Disney's not going to go bankrupt. No. But it's just interesting. Like Christian said,
make some changes.
Yeah, like Christian said, if you're the number one top grossing box office for almost 10 years, that's fucking nuts. With the amount and quality of movies that come out and how big they are and all that stuff, to be the top spot for 10 years, yeah, Christian's right. You need to make some fucking changes.
Almost sounds like a monopoly, dude. We need to break them up. Get back to the independent movies.
I don't know if that'll ever happen.
Oh yeah,
I don't see it happening. All right, so True Detective Night Country comes out in a couple weeks on HBO Max, or maybe just a week.
Yeah, I was looking. I was trying to find it the other day. I was like, "Is that out yet?"
It's not out yet, but we have started to see critic reviews coming in for the film, and they are hugely positive.
Yeah, it sounds cool.
It really, according to critics, goes along with the formula of the first season, which to most of fans is the best season. It is. Of course, you have Matthew McConaughey, you have Woody Harrelson, you have an incredible story and unique and down in Louisiana. So they had a lot of help making that first season so good and iconic. But it is the best season by far. I love all the seasons, but the first season you cannot argue is the best season of that show.
That's the only one I've seen. So
you haven't even seen the other seasons? Wow. I mean, I'm not going to bust your balls about
it. I've been too busy watching Equalizers, dude. He's just killing people.
Well, I mean, critics are calling it spellbinding, crisp, chilling fun, and happy to see Jodie Foster getting some props in the show. How does it compare to previous seasons? So, according to Hoi Tran Bui, is that how you say that, of Inverse, they say the most thrilling and invigorating season of the show since its first. See, everything is compared to that first season, because it's so good. It's so much better. And True Detective Night Country, according to Steve Erickson of Gay City News, returns to the level of quality True Detective achieved in its first season while taking the series in a much different direction. So, again, it's
getting a lot of good reviews.
What I read the most was it was a lot like the first season, except the geological change has made it very
geographical.
Yes, sorry, excuse me. Thank you. I'm glad you're here. Geographical change from Louisiana, hot, swampy, deserty kind of fucking to
Arctic,
cold, snow, night kind of fucking thing.
Yeah.
So. I'm so excited to watch this show. It drops on the, 14th?
I think so, because Echo comes out on the 9th.
Yeah, 14th, yep. January 14th, Echo. Goddamn, I'm getting kind of excited for that show. All right. Steven Yeun, who was signed up to play Sentry in the Thunderbolts film, has dropped out.
Scheduling conflicts.
Yes, there's been
because of the strike stuff.
Right. The strike did not help with scheduling, and I thought I opened.
So he is going to be unable to play the role
wrong
of Sentry.
So, yeah, Stephen Yeun. And, apparently it wasn't anything that was creative. It was just scheduling. And he sounded really bummed out about it when he did his little statement on social media where he had to announce that he wouldn't be able to do it. So, of course, this has garnered fan casting for the role of Sentry. And thanks to ScreenRant.com, we're going to go through what their top 10 is. First one is Alexander Skarsgård. Okay.
I like him.
I can see that. Andrew Koji, who was in Snake Eyes and Bullet Train. Nah. Again, doesn't have the right look. Great fighting skills, but that's not what Sentry is. Sentry's not a fighter. He's more of a Superman. He just stands there and fucking throws punches. So,
dude, he's like John Wick.
Nah. Boyd Holbrook, cannot seem to go away.
Can't get over.
He was in Logan. He was in Narcos. You know him in Logan as the bad guy with the hand. That was who he was. He was in Predators. The Predator, whatever. Okay, maybe if he bulked up. He's definitely got the personality for Sentry. But he'd have to be a lot bigger to play that role. Interesting. Nikolai Coster-Waldau, who you know from Game of Thrones. He was also in Domino and Mama.
I think he's a little too old for it.
Too old, you think? Sentry is probably...
I mean, they could go for an older Sentry, but...
I was going to say, you could go a little older with him, but you could also go younger. So, I don't know. But that's a good point. He is older, but he is a great actor. And I think that's why. I don't know.
Yeah,
it's cool to get a good actor in some of these fucking
do.
roles.
Pull it off.
Ryan Hurst.
That's an odd choice.
I don't get that at all. He was in The Walking Dead. He was also in Sons of Anarchy.
Opie in Sons of Anarchy.
Yeah, Opie.
He was Beta in Walking Dead.
I don't know.
And he was in the Titans. Remember the Titans?
Oh, is that Gary from Remember the Titans? The fucking guy who gets...
Bertier,
Bertier?
Bertier, yeah. And Remember the Titans?
Maybe. Again, he'd have to bulk up a little bit, but I mean, clean shaven.
He's apparently interested in it and has posted stuff.
Well, yeah. I mean, goddamn, anybody's going to post their.
Well, not everybody is. Not everybody's going to have fans that are.
Well, I'm talking about guys like that who need something for their career.
I like his Instagram handles, Rambo Donkey Kong.
Yeah,
that earns him some points.
Yeah, that I gave him some points on that one. So he's with us. Keanu Reeves, never going to happen. Although I have no doubt he'd probably do a great job. That's a little bit below him at this point. If you don't know who Keanu Reeves is, you need to turn this show off. I'm not going to go through what he's been in.
I'd rather have him play somebody else in the MCU. Not that I know who, but I'd rather have him
be a tough
play
one. I mean, I would love to see him play Namor, but they already fucked that up. Charlie Hunnams, who's in Sons of Anarchy. Wes, big fan of his. Yeah, okay, I can see him. He's
a little small too.
Again, these people have to bulk up. That's the thing. I'm trying to get past that. Interesting. Anthony Starr, who is Homelander. God, I keep wanting to call him Homeland.
Keep the heck is Homeland?
Put the ER. I don't
show.
I don't know. Yeah, exactly. He said, you know him. He plays Homeland. And people go, who the fuck is that?
It's like
I'm
Roadhouse. Roadhouse over here, dude. He's Homeland.
I mean, I'd put him out front, if we're being honest. He kind of looks like Sentry. He's already got the bulk. He's blonde. He plays that crazy fucking super-powered hero. I like him as that. I guess that's why he's number 3.
I think he's a little too arrogant.
Ryan Gosling, fuck you. No way. Nope. Sorry. Doesn't work for me. Blade Runner, Barbie.
We know who he is.
All right, good.
Wasn't he in that one movie, too? With the love story.
The Notebook?
Yeah, the big one.
And finally, and of course, we have to talk about Henry Cavill playing the role because, as we've discussed on this show, why not?
People love him, dude. They want him to play every role.
I mean, he's a fucking actor, so yes, of course he can play anything, especially a role like Sentry. Do I want to see that? No, because he's already done that with Superman.
No.
So
give somebody else a chance.
There you go. Steamboat Willie, the animated short that introduced the world to Mickey Mouse in 1928, has entered the public domain.
They're going to give him the poo, blood, and honey treatment.
That's right. Within hours, there was already discussion about a horror movie based on the short.
This one has a link to a trailer to a different movie than the one that the article's even talking about.
But did that happen prior to it going into the public domain?
No, it hasn't come out yet, but there's a trailer for it that came out right after it came into the public domain.
Gotcha.
So they think that one's already been shot and stuff. It's called Mickey Mouse Trap, whereas this one's more about Steamboat Willie. But I think the other one was about, they're all featuring Steamboat Willie, because that's the one.
So that
it can't be Mickey Mouse.
Right. Okay, let's get this straight. So the Steamboat Willie version of Mickey Mouse is public domain, but not the entire character. Like him in the coattails.
Yeah, like if they do something like that gets...
Or like the Fantasia fucking...
That gets a little too close with the sorcerer hat.
Yeah. Okay,
I get it. Okay. You can't do that.
That makes sense.
Apparently the people that made... This one is also the guy that did the mean one, the Grinch horror movie.
Oh, yeah. I remember that, yeah. I don't know what it is. I'm just not into this kind of shit. I don't know what it is, and it's guys our age that grew up with these characters. And I grew up with Winnie the Pooh. I grew up with Steamboat Willie. I grew up with these fucking...
It's almost like a new kind of exploitation film.
Really is, right? It's almost like blaxploitation, but with fucking our childhood iconic characters that we know and love being seditious killers.
I think it's kind of the cheapness of the...
It feels like cheap heat, doesn't it? It feels like cheap heat. It really does. So we'll keep our eyes open for the next Steamboat Willie fucking horror movie. Superman Legacy is up and running. We're talking about its production, and James Gunn shared a very positive update from the set. He says, here we go.
That picture made their hair look the same, except white and black.
True.
Doesn't it? Yeah.
It does. Yeah, you're right. No, it really does.
He looks like Cliff.
He does look... I've always thought that James Gunn looked like Cliff. Yeah. For sure. Cliff, if you're watching, you look like James Gunn. Yeah. He shared an update via his Instagram and said, quote, "It goes swimmingly. Sets being built, costumes being finished, actors studying roles, prosthetics and VFX models being made, flights booked. Here we go."
It mentioned that Nicholas Holt's going to be playing Lex Luthor. Did we know that? I don't think we knew that. Did we know that?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. He's got a big head for it.
He's got the head for it. Yeah, that's what I was going to say. And plus, I like that the fact that he did Beast, I think, is what really sold me on him being Lex, because he could play that kind of sophisticated. Now, I don't know how much of an asshole he could play. That's my worry.
I watched him being a killer in that movie with Angelina Jolie, Those Who Wish Me Dead. I watched that action movie.
She's got a couple movies like that. What was the other movie
she was in? She was a fire jumper, dude.
She was a fire jumper, but there was another movie she was in. I'm thinking it was with Ethan Hawke. She shows her titties in it. I can't remember what it's called, but we are very excited to start seeing some images from James Gunn's Superman film, and we will, of course, keep you up to date with that.
And he's going to have the cape already. We're not going to have to go through the origin nonsense. It's going to be good.
I'm excited. Batman Caped Crusader, the new animated series that's coming up, I think on Max, right?
I think it's on Amazon.
Is it on Amazon?
Max passed
passed on it. That's right. I forgot. Okay.
God, do you have the story about Zaslav and Brian Cox on here? We should talk about that.
Oh, about him not appreciating
Turner,
TCM? Yeah. I
just
didn't
call him out Zaslav. I like people
because I didn't know how current that was. I felt like I heard that a while back, like him and Brian got into it about that, but I could be wrong.
Well, just Brian talking shit about Zaslav.
Well, a lot of actors have come out and said this about Zaslav, that he doesn't appreciate cinema.
Yeah.
That he's a businessman. And
he sucks.
Okay.
Yeah, dude.
So Batman Caped Crusader is a new animated series that Bruce Timm, J.J. Abrams, and Matt Reeves are going to get behind to bring to the small screens. As Christian mentioned, David Zaslav passed on the project. That sent it over to Amazon, where it will debut. Now, what we know about the show is that it's, first of all, the writer for the show, Ed Brubaker, who wrote some of the episodes of the animated series that Bruce Timm did, says it's pretty much what Bruce wanted to make but couldn't because he was restricted by doing a children's cartoon, right? It's very noir-looking, like animated series, which is fucking great.
But he also says it's not PG-13, but it's definitely a lot different.
Right.
So kids can still watch it, but it's going to be, a little darker.
I always feel like Batman stuff is like that.
Well, I'm just saying. Don't expect an R-rated cartoon.
I mean, I was fucking, 13 or 14 when I read Death in the Family. That's one of the most violent fucking comics I ever read in my life.
Yeah, we all know you had a traumatic childhood growing up, Sid.
Good. I'm glad everybody knows. That makes me feel better. So I am very excited for this new series. I'm dying for a good animated show I can get into. This show is going to hit Amazon when?
I don't think they say.
There's no date in it yet, but everybody's hyping it. It should be very good, and hopefully, it's as good, if not better. I can't say that than Batman because Kevin's not with us anymore, so it's never going to be as good as the original. But I hope it's good. As Christian mentioned, Echo, the new Marvel series that's going to hit Disney Plus soon.
And it's got Kingpin as the bad guy in it.
Kingpin's the bad
which
guy.
Means it's going to be a must-watch.
Right, because they're talking now that Kingpin may even slide into the role that Kang had as the big bad, which I can believe he's the Kingpin of crime.
Be good. I was fighting him in that Spider-Man game, dude.
He's tough. That was always the great thing about Kingpin in the comics is they'd always make sure to let you know that it wasn't fat on his body. There's not 1 ounce of fat on the Kingpin's body.
I think, remember in the Netflix series on one of them, they showed him like working out in the prison. That was pretty cool. They did a good.
Some of the stuff was in this trailer too,
I mean, they did a great portrayal of him.
A trailer has been released for Echo that focuses on the Kingpin of crime. Now, here's the interesting part that we found out: the events of Netflix's Daredevil are canon in the Echo show, which would mean they're canon in the Marvel universe. Now, this is something that is not really a big shock, but we didn't know if they were going to do it. We were like, the Netflix show's so good, why would you not want to take elements of that? Especially if you're going to use the same fucking actors, right?
So they used some of the same footage from the Netflix show in this new trailer.
Particularly of Daredevil.
And Wilson Fisk.
Yeah. And it just, again, gets me more pumped for Echo. Now, Echo should already be out, right? It came out on the 8th, I think, right?
I think it comes out on the 9th.
Is it the 9th today? So...
Yep, January 9th.
Okay, January 9th. So
all
it came
episodes
out today.
All day.
Episodes, too. I know you like
There's
that.
only 5 of them, though, it sounds like.
I don't mind that. I really don't mind that.
It depends on how good it is.
Less is... Okay, I'll give you that. Less is more, in my opinion.
Sometimes they leave me wanting more.
Let's talk about a little comic news. The Ghost Rider.
The spirit of vengeance is changing.
That's right. No longer Johnny Blaze, as we all remember. It is now going to be a Marvel supervillain.
Who do you think it's going to be? Magneto. Oh.
It could be Mephisto.
I think Mephisto is the one that took the power away from him, though.
He is, but he could also... I don't know. I don't know who it could be. With Marvel, it's usually somebody you don't expect.
Howard the Duck.
Well, I'm trying to think of a supervillain you wouldn't expect.
Kang.
Fucking Green
Dr.
Goblin.
Doom,
Green Goblin.
dude.
Something like that. Something crazy. But anyway, this won't happen until March.
Venom.
That's Croc is in DC.
Nuh-uh.
Killer Croc? Yeah.
He can come.
He's DC
come
character.
Visit.
So
Spirit of Vengeance brought him over.
Right. That's all right. Apparently, we're going to find out who the new Punisher is soon, but we don't know who it is yet, but we do know that it will be a Marvel supervillain, and we'll let you know what supervillain it is once we get the story and it drops. Poor Sony. They can't let it go.
Gosh, looks like Doc Ock is kind of pooping in that picture right there.
He does look kind of weird, doesn't he? They're also very zoomed in on this picture.
Like very distorted.
There is a rumor going around, we getting this from comicbookmovie.com, that Sony, because they are clinging hardly...
milking that Spider-Man property.
Fucking grasping as hard as they can on that Spider-Man property, have Dr. Octopus and Mysterio films in development.
Separate ones, or are they going to be in one together?
This reads like they're separate.
Yeah, why not? We get 2 movies
Fuck
out
it.
of it.
Let's just do them all. Let's do all the fucking villains from Spider-Man. Right?
We'll make them heroes, too.
Yeah, fuck it. We'll make them all heroes. They're all fucking, yeah, and then we'll make them billions of dollars. This is fucking crazy. I mean, come on. Now we're getting ridiculous.
It's the Craven universe, dude.
I don't know how you would fucking do. I mean, Mysterio maybe. But to do a Doc Ock movie without Spider-Man,
I think I'm going to see Doc Ock's origin in the Spider-Man game. Have you played it?
No.
Because he's.
Oh, yes. The first one I played, yes.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, and I know what you're talking about. So you're at that part.
I just started.
Yeah, you definitely see how he becomes it before your eyes.
He found me with the suit and thought that I was his like weapon maker, Spider-Man's weapon maker.
Yep, it goes so bad. So
I'm excited.
I'm excited for you. I'm excited for you. Again, I'm not going to spend a lot of time on this because it could be bullshit. Probably is. Sony, I do know they're trying to grasp that license.
An update on the Chris Jericho allegations.
Oh, yes. Kylie Ray, yes, go ahead.
The one guy who started it all, who tweeted about well, what about all the NDAs that you make other people sign, and the guy that compared Jericho to Harvey Weinstein.
Yeah.
Kind of backtracked a little bit.
Oh, he backtracked?
Oh,
What'd he say?
I can't remember exactly, but it's kind of like, hey, I'm just saying it. I didn't mean it as much as Harvey Weinstein, but I was just saying it. So who knows?
That's because you fucked over the godfather of wrestling. Why would you do that? I don't get it. These fucking wrestlers, I swear to God. All right. Let's keep it moving. Christian, this was a tragic fucking report here. Rage Against the Machine. Anybody that knows me and Christian knows that we are huge fans of the band.
It's over.
Seen them in live perform. Something that I think that not many people have been able to do, and now are not going to be able to do. This past week, Brad Wilk, who is the bass, is he the drummer?
Drummer, yeah.
Yeah, drummer for Rage Against the Machine, put out a post on Twitter, X, whatever. I'll read you what it says word for word. Now, remember, what we know about Rage is they'd canceled their previous tour dates because me and Christian were supposed to go and ended up not being able to go.
Well, then I sold those tickets, and they did have that show.
They did have that show? Okay. They canceled the rest of that tour after that, I think.
Yep.
So here's what Brad says. I know a lot of people are waiting for us to announce new tour dates for all the canceled RATM shows, Rage Against the Machine. I don't want to string people or myself along any further. So while there has been some communication that this may be happening in the future, I want to let you know that RATM, Tim, Zach, Tom, and I will not be touring or playing live again. No date, no for this amount of time, just ever, is what it says. He says, I'm sorry for those of you who have been waiting for this to happen. I really wish it was.
It's kind of weird.
Very cryptic.
Kind of makes you wonder what happened.
Very cryptic because, again...
We need Rage.
Well, this tweet sounds like it's got a lot of frustration behind it. So this kind of makes me think that there may be some infighting with the band. That's nothing new. I mean, we know this band doesn't really get along on the best terms. They're not buddies. They make music for purpose and cause. So it almost sounds like Brad's like pissed off and like, you know what? I'm tired of that. Nothing's going to happen because nobody can fucking agree.
Well, I think he plays in other bands too.
Does he? They all play in other bands, but I didn't know how serious some of that shit was. But none of the other band members have really made any comment on this tweet. So not sure, if this is the end of Rage Against the Machine as we know it in a live touring setting, or just something that the band is going through, because we've heard this talk before about Rage Against the Machine being no more and they never tour again and blah, 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 and they always end up coming back.
Years later,
but still. We'll keep you updated as what we find out with me and Christian's one of our favorite bands. This was interesting. If you are a guitar player and you think you're pretty good enough to play with the Smashing Pumpkins, they have an availability. The band put out a Facebook post, thanks to Eric and our friends over at 92.7, 98.5 The Planet. They put out a open call for a new guitar player for the band.
I tried out.
You try out?
I sent him my video. I'm not very good. But
How'd it go?
I'm not very good, but I've got what it takes.
You definitely have the personality for Smashing Pumpkins. Sad fuck. The email address is spguitar@redlightmanagement.com. If you have a video or audition sound.
Not bass. It says not bass guitar. I don't know if you clarified that.
Oh, in the comment. Well, yeah, because what's his name's the bass player, so yeah, they're not going to replace him.
I'm just saying.
You have to play guitar. Right. If you're a bass player and you kind of play guitar,
you can still try out for guitar.
You try out for guitar, but they're looking for a guitar player.
Yeah, we don't need bass.
SP, as in Smashing Pumpkins, guitar.
Smash those pumpkins.
At redlightmanagement.com. And if you make it and heard it here, give us a shout out, please.
We'll play it for you.
The Constantine 2 director says they're pushing to make the film R-rated. Francis Lawrence is moving forward with his sequel with Keanu Reeves.
But the studio executives are going to say no.
Of course they are, because that's what they do. They fuck with every director in Hollywood.
We want more money. Why don't you do a director's cut that's rated R and we'll release...
Then we'll do a PG-13 cut and put it on fucking Netflix.
Oh, God.
Exactly. Fucking horse shit. So anyway...
we still want to see.
Was the first one rated PG-13?
It had to be.
Maybe. It's still good.
I doubt it was R.
I thought I heard him say fuck a few times. I don't know.
Stormy air.
Anyway, the character of John Constantine in the Hellblazer comics, there was no doubt it was rated R.
He cussed a lot in those comics?
He cussed, he smoked, there was blood, there was gut. It was fucked up. It was a very violent comic. Hence the reason it was part of the Dark Horse series. We will keep you updated on anything we find out about Francis Lawrence's sequel to the Keanu Reeves.
You got any stories on here about The Rock? The Rock was on wrestling?
Yeah, we got wrestling news coming up. Francis Ford Coppola has been trying to get his film Megalopolis released for years. Well, now he's saying it's definitely going to be released in early 2024. He says, quote, wait and see.
Wait and see.
This is the $120 million epic starring Adam Driver that we've been hearing about. Francis Ford Coppola, of course, famous for directing the Godfather trilogy and, Apocalypse Now and several other iconic films.
He should do a Marvel movie.
I doubt that'll happen.
I know.
It's
got Forrest Whitaker's in the movie too.
Yeah, it's got a great cast. Forrest Whitaker, Nathaniel Emile, John Voight, Lawrence Fishburne, Aubrey Plaza, Shia LaBeouf, Catherine Hunter, Dustin Hoffman, D.B. Sweeney, Talia Shire, John Schwartzman.
Jason
Schwartzman, sorry. James Remar's in there. Giancarlo's in there.
Giancarlo.
So there is an incredible cast for this film.
Do we know what it's about or anything?
Nope.
Just that it's an epic.
It's unusual and it's never boring, is what Francis Ford Coppola says. So there you go. Will you turn that fan on, please?
No.
Please,
Are
I'm
you hot?
a little hot. Yeah, please.
Oh.
There's blankets over there. Throw some blankets on you.
Start a fire. Friction fire. What? Oh. I don't want it to oscillate.
I know. You got to pull the thing up. And if you could also turn the dial all the way to the most. Yeah.
To the most.
Perfect. Thank you. Appreciate that.
Got it.
We'll keep you updated on what Francis gets done. Another film that is going to get a sequel.
Adam Driver film.
Yeah. Is Heat 2, the follow-up to Michael Mann's 1995 bank heist film, which I love Heat. I'm a
It's
huge fan
subtitled
of
The Heat is On, dude.
It's not.
It's going to play that song.
It's not accurate.
You're kind of speechless for a second.
I thought about it. I was like,
The Heat is on.
nah, it won't work.
They might listen to it in the car driving.
Maybe. I don't think it's that kind
We got to fit it in there, dude.
Not that kind of buddy.
Give the people what they want.
Heat is an incredible film for those that may have not seen it. I know that Mann and Meg Gardner wrote a novel, and it came out when they were shooting Ferrari. And I guess it did really well because you have a lot of fans of that first film. It's a great fucking movie. I mean, it is, like, in my opinion, iconic. So anyway, we'll keep you updated with Heat 2, but it does look like it is moving forward. Is that my phone ringing?
Yeah, we got a phone call, guys. Who's calling into the show?
Oh, where's my...
Could be you.
Oh, it's Sammy Z.
Uh-oh, happy birthday.
Hello?
Could you renew the Star subscription
Why?
so I can watch Pixels?
Oh, I thought we owned Pixels.
For some reason, it's not on Voodoo anymore.
Okay, well, we're doing the show right now, so I'll see what I can do afterwards, okay?
Okay, bye.
Bye.
Pixels. Want to watch Adam Sandler bust those pixels?
He wants to watch Pixels, so, yeah. All right. So, anyway, we'll keep you updated with what's going on with the Michael Mann sequel, Heat 2. All right, let's talk about wrestling, and then we got to get over to our events. The Rock made his return to WWE television 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, they had a bait and switch because they promised the former champion was going to return.
Yes, they did.
And Jinder Mahal came out.
Jinder Mahal came out, much to the chagrin of the crowd. And, dude, this guy still gets pops like I've never fucking heard in my life. I mean, and everybody, no matter how long they've been in the business, talks about the pops he gets. That they're just have gone beyond regular wrestling, pops from the crowd. Did you watch? I'm assuming you watched the exchange.
No, I haven't seen it.
Okay, so as you mentioned, everybody knew The Rock was there. I think so. They did the obvious bait and switch and said, "Now we present to you a former WWE champion." Blah blah blah, and then you're waiting for If You Smell, and it's fucking. Boom, Jinder Mahal's music.
I thought it was going to be Jinder when they first announced it. I was like, I bet it's Jinder.
Really?
Yeah. I didn't know
because you got to have somebody for the Rock.
I didn't know they were going to have The Rock though. But
yeah, I think it was announced he was going to be on there beforehand.
I don't think so, dude.
Really?
Yeah, because I think I saw a clip of the announce girl freaking out when his music started.
I think that might have been a little bit of a work. I'm just saying.
Well, I'm saying if it was already announced, why would you do that?
Because you're still excited to see the fucking Rock.
Well, no, she was like surprised.
Oh, okay. Well,
it was not excitement.
Again, that's what a ring announcer's supposed to be. They're supposed to not know what's going on.
Yeah, but if it was announced, they would know what's going on.
The big thing that came out of this, of course, him and Jinder got into it and fucking fought, and he got the smackdown laid on him. But more importantly, The Rock called out.
He's going for the head of the table.
Roman.
What was he saying? I want a seat. I could sit anywhere.
He said, if I wanted to go out in whatever fucking city they were in and have dinner after this show, Where should I sit? And I knew immediately where this was going, right? And this led to him saying, I should be at the head of the table. And the place fucking exploded. That's all he said. Didn't mention Roman's name. Didn't mention any of the other shit. So, again, this indicates that they could be setting up Roman versus The Rock at WrestleMania.
Apparently Roman responded on SmackDown.
Oh, you mean last night? Okay, I have to go back and watch.
I
I didn't see it either.
I heard it.
We've got an update on WWE star Liv Morgan's recent arrest for marijuana possession down in Florida. According to a new report from Dave Meltzer's Wrestling Observer, she was initially charged with felony drug possession. However, her case has been transferred to, quote, a different division, unquote, and the felony will likely be reduced to a misdemeanor.
Playing that white privilege card.
A little bit.
WWE privilege card.
I found it interesting that the same lawyer that
Oh, yeah. You got
served
the
on the legal
Epstein guy.
team for Epstein is now her lawyer, I guess.
Well, he must be a good lawyer.
Really? Because Epstein, I'm pretty sure, hung himself in prison. At least we think. We don't know. I got to make sure I say that. I want to know who this is. Who is that? Is that April?
Storm Shadow.
Oh, it's just a fucking girl figure. Okay, that makes sense. Anywho, so this probably means that Liv is probably not looking at too much of a damage to her career or any kind of repercussions from the company. I'm assuming, right? Is that what you were saying?
Seems that way.
So that's good news. Did you see Jon Moxley at Wrestle Kingdom 18?
I saw the guy he was fighting against come out as a Assassin's Creed guy.
Yeah, and John came out in full red fucking hood. The mask, the whole deal. I did not watch the show. I did not watch the match, but I thought it was cool that he came out as Red Hood. I know Mox is a comic fan, so that was pretty cool. If you want to see his outfit.
Those wrestlers are all nerds these days.
Pretty much, yeah. Pretty much. You can see John's outfit if you hop on our website and check out our Facebook page. We got the information on there. Big shout out to our boy Chavo Guerrero. He has been on our show. He has been nominated by the Austin Film Critics Association as Best Stunt Coordinator for his stunt work in The Iron Claw. As Chavo mentioned on the show, he was going to be the stunt creator. He is a stunt man by profession rather than a wrestler.
And that rock show. He's working on that
Yep,
rock show.
working on the Rock, Young Rock. And I guess then was brought on to do the stunt work for the Iron Claw. Of course, a lot of wrestling scenes, obviously. So just all our best to Chavo. Anytime Chavo or the guys that we've had on the show get something good, I always want to give them props for it because they deserve it. So congrats, buddy. Finally, Naomi is expected to return to the WWE. She has been doing a great job.
She goes, bring it to the flow.
For those that remember, back in 2022, she exited the company alongside Sasha Banks, citing poor character development and ring work.
Well, she's still married to a Oos.
Yeah, he's still married to Oos. And
Oosy.
now that, again, this goes back to what you were kind of saying last week.
Dude, it's all about the love.
I don't think so.
They
I
stay
think
together.
It's the fact that Vince isn't there anymore. I think you were right last week. The thing is, we don't know that she'll go to WWE, but she's getting ready to be a free agent. So it only makes sense that she would go back to WWE as she's already done her thing in other places. So, per a new report from Fightful Select, it's been suggested that she may be on her way to WWE.
Oh, so she had been on Impact and Knockouts, so she had been kind of getting around.
Yeah,
It's not like she hadn't just been not working since she quit WWE.
Right. Exactly right. So all our best to Naomi. We hope to see her back in, if nothing else, to hear her theme song. Back,
Feel the glow.
yeah, and feel the glow back in the WWE with all our buddies. All right, let's get over to our events. We're just about at time. We're actually a little over.
I'm amazing.
All right.
What kind of event you got for us?
Let's see.
Changing the dates.
Heading over to Facebook
We got a boy band brunch.
at La Bistro. This happens Sunday, January 14th, 10 a.m.
If you like your boy bands, come have brunch.
Good shit.
Fencing practice.
Yeah, you want to learn fencing.
The Museum of Radio and Technology.
Why that is, I don't know, but
It's available.
oh my God.
What's happening?
Well,
It's loading stuff.
I'm just trying to get it to fucking go over. Over. Maybe it doesn't go over. What else we got going on? Not much happening.
Matthew's 11th birthday party.
Nappy Roots.
Yeah, with
Paramount
the-
Arts Center
with
coming up on the
Afro Man.
13th.
Remember, Afro Man's going to be there.
Yep.
They're going to get high. That's his song. I'm not.
I didn't say anything. Mega Pro Wrestling's going to be at the Dunbar Recreation Center for Let Them Cook.
Let it
January 12th. That's this coming Friday.
Cook it up. There's Tiger Little League meeting.
You don't have to say everything.
I just like tigers.
Some of this shit's dumb. All right. There's a foam dance party in Hurricane.
Yeah, that's probably Matthew's birthday.
1 to 6 years old. So all you kids out there, this is not going the way I want it to go.
We need better events, dude.
Yeah, come on. Somebody get some events going. Head over to the Mountain Health Arena. Of course, Tough Man is coming up. Or
What
no,
is
it already happened.
What is Huntington Expression Prep?
Basketball.
Oh.
Parker McCollum is coming up February 2nd. He's a stand-up, right? I believe, right?
Could be a country singer.
Or he's a country singer. That's right.
I don't know.
Disturbed, February 15th. Very excited for that show.
Disturbed.
I won't be there, but I'm still excited for it. And the Globetrotters in town on March 27th, heading down the road to Charleston. Yes, I accept.
We have to accept the cookies.
Let's get
Hunting,
down here a little bit.
fishing, Hot Wheels, Monster Trucks Live Glow Party.
Very
February
excited for this.
3rd.
I'm really going to try and get the kids to see this is happening February 3rd. It's a Saturday. Also have a show on Sunday as
Yep.
well, which will be cool. Disney on Ice, February 15th.
Scroll up a little bit.
Okay.
We Who Wrestle with God tour. Okay.
I'm not interested in
Is that one Jordan Peterson guy? That crazy that
I think so.
political guy?
Maybe.
He's coming.
I didn't know he was that religious.
Yeah, it is that guy. Oh my gosh.
Wow.
Jeez.
They'll let anybody come in and perform. All right.
He's going to talk about things. He's going to teach you how to be a man.
Sesame Street Live, May 8th. Journey.
Sex in the City, a super unauthorized musical parody, dude.
Journey is going to be at Charleston on the 20th. That's
Journey
pretty cool.
Freedom Tour. Is that really Journey? Click on
I
it.
think so.
You better click on it. Okay, good. I was
Yeah.
worried.
With Toto.
Toto's going to be there?
Toto's going to be there, dude. That's half the reason for going there.
Africa. They bless the rains. And Rosanna.
Where are you, Yoda?
Rosanna.
Africa, they bless the rains.
Then in Africa. Bless the rains.
Oh, shit. All right. That is all I've got for the day, my friend. You got anything else?
It's a good day. It's a long day.
It is a long
Putting
day.
in the work today, folks.
Boy, we
so
sure
support
did.
us if you can.
Podomatic.com,
Like,
PODOMATIC.com /GeekZip podcast.
write a comment. Say, good job, Zip. And let us know he's going to keep it up. Say, keep it up to Zip. We want to hear
Christian
feedback.
knows I'm at my wit's end. So
We need
he's
feedback. Is
trying
anybody
to...
out there? Is anybody listening? Let us know. We appreciate it.
We do. Thank you so much for listening, and we'll see you next time. Have a great week.
Geek zippers. I mean, geek zips. I mean, geeks. Out.